Hello, I am David, and this is the second installment from Keene Valley, New York. Today, this morning, there is a usual farmers market Sunday morning, so I went to it, and I'd say there's about 15 to 20 farmers who sell things, food, and also craft items, and they have some great food. Today's story, there's a story from today. The farmers market's on probably this field about the size of a football field, and it's along this airstrip, and it's in the valley. And about 50 yards from the field, there was this bench, and so I was having lunch on this bench, taking in the scenery, and across from this field, and this woman's walking her dog, and she comes over and she says, "You look peaceful and calm." And something told me to come over and say hello. And she asked me how I'm doing, and I said the usual response, peaceful. And she said, "Oh, so I was right." And she sat down, and we had a very rich talk for about 40-45 minutes about oneness and compassion and love. And she is bereavement companion is what it says on her card. She helps people transition from here to there at the end of their life. And she shared her concept of compassion, and we sat, and her dog was there. And it was a very synchronized moment, it felt. And it's one of those kindred, meeting one of your kindred spirits. And I think since I've been here, especially yesterday, there were a few very synchronized back to back moments. And I feel like even in the few days that I've been here, that the tour has been on its own path. And the people that I've met, especially this lady today, noticing a calm and peaceful young man sitting at a bench about 50 yards away and coming to say hello. And also a few other synchronized moments yesterday morning when I was reading a part of a book that had a chapter on compassion, and was able to share a piece of that on the Compassionist Facebook page, and then seeing that same author come up about a minute later in a post on Facebook. There were about 3 or 4 of those moments yesterday in the span of about half hour. And today was great. Got about 2.5 pages. It was interesting to be at a farmer's market again, being so used to the one in Davis. And it's been a while since I asked people at the farmer's market in Davis, so coming here today felt very new, and at the same time remembering 5 years ago when I first started at the farmer's market in Davis, how it felt. It was similar in that I was able to approach people that I didn't know, and yet at the same time, Margaret, who's on the planning team, was able to get word out. So there were a few people coming up to me saying, "You're David." And it was interesting being new here to realize how they know me, and from the publicity that was put in place beforehand with some of the flyers and the newsletter. The woman that sat next to me said that she had seen, heard about me in a newsletter, and I believe it was the librarian that has sent out something before I even got here, letting people know that I would be in town. Plus, Margaret's put up flyers here and there. Met a man who was from UC Davis, and then last night there was a hitchhiker that the man husband who lives here, he picked him up at a party and let him stay here, and turns out that his last uh, girlfriend went to UC Davis, and I wondering if it's someone that I actually know. So there's a lot of connections already that the universe has been providing so far. And today was great to be able to hear what people had to say about compassion. There was one street therapist session, sorta. One person I asked, and I was able to listen to her as she was trying to figure out how to go about knowing that what she's been doing most of her life has been wrong as far as it's concerned with following the conventional established way of living that she believes most people do, as far as getting an education, uh, family, house, dog, white picket fence kind of thing, and realizing that there's something else that she would like to do. And I sat and listened for about 10 to 15 minutes. She was one of the people that worked at the farmer's market, and realized in that instant that, as a friend of mine said, that it may be written on my forehead, talk to me, because of what I do. And I was grateful for meeting a lot of the new people today. I think next Sunday I will go back. It's the farmers market's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So it's 4 hours worth of being able to ask people about compassion and to continue the tour. Again, I noticed that in addition to saying, well, when people ask, what are you doing this for? I say, it's to bring awareness to compassion. And I've been able to add, it's part of the compassion tour, and then I explained the compassion tour. And then I also realized that in that answer that now is a bit of history, 5 years that I say I've been doing this. I started doing this in Davis, June 3rd, 2009. And and also realizing that whether it's necessary or not to actually go into details about all the book and the bench and everything that happened in Davis and becoming a figure in Davis. And grateful to be able to share the information about the tour that's coming up. Also on the verge of confirming yet another city, and I'll announce that when that happens. So it's a city on the way to Florida. So think of a major city between New York and Florida, and I believe, yes, it is the capital. I think I had my track coach for U.S. history, and I never really got to know all the capitals. Anyway, that's a tangent. I'm grateful for today. Today was felt like a very synchronized day, and I am grateful for meeting a kindred spirit halfway across the football field, sitting on a bench in Keene Valley, New York. And I look forward to all the other things that the Compassion Tour will bring. And I'm grateful to be able to share it with others via this video log. I will cue the music now at 9 minutes into this video. And as always, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. And also questions that you may have about compassion. That's another part of this. I will answer questions that you may have that is on your mind about compassion. And I'm looking forward to sharing the next story on the next video log. With that, I will say good evening, and I will end this video now. Thank you, as always. Thank you for watching this video and the support.